Okay, I have noticed that I have developed an exhaust leak around my O2 sensor. You can see on either side, right in the middle, it's a black line. The exhaust is leaking out. Tighten those clamps down as hard as I can get them, and it's still leaking. I anticipated this might happen, and I think what it is the diameter of the header pipe is a little bit bigger than the tailpipe. So probably why that's leaking out the middle. They give you a really good gasket with it, but I assume if the diameter is wrong, it's not going to work real well. So not to say that it wouldn't work if I'd have put it back there, but I put it up here so if I ever develop a leak, like right in here, it will not interfere with the reading on the O2 sensor. So that being said, I've got my wire welder out, and I'm going to attempt to weld that on. So let's see what happens. Okay, I took the O2 sensor out, took the gasket off, and actually put the clamps back on to hold the bracket in place while I tack it on. So I'll be sure and keep that angle that you need for your sensor to work correctly. So I think I've got it ready to weld. I wanted to show you guys the gasket that they give you to put between the bracket and your exhaust pipe. Right here was when I took off mine, so you can tell on this side there was a pretty good leak in there. It's coming pretty wide here and coming out. So again, you know, that probably worked really good on a pipe that was smaller. I'm not exactly sure the diameter of that header pipe, but definitely a leak there. The clamps just couldn't crank that down. But it's a pretty thick gasket, so I'd say on a smaller pipe it would be fine. Okay, I got the bracket welded on. I haven't welded since I was in high school several years ago, so not the best looking weld in the world, but I actually burn a hole here, turned my temperature up pretty high so I could get a good bond around it. So I actually burn a hole there. I had to go back and patch in there, and there, but I got them built up pretty good, so I think they're going to be fine. Again, not the best welding job in the world, but looks like it's going to hold on there real well. And compared to back here and up there, not too bad. So for someone who's a contractor by trade, if I really can't measure, cut it, and drive a nail in it, don't know much about it, so not too bad. I think that's going to work great.